everyone, my name is Laina, and this is like one of the first speed builds that I'll ever post, actually. So that's fun. So I was doing LILSIMSIE's building like a shell challenge, I guess. Not building, but yeah. She had a shell challenge where she just built the outside of a house, and then like just the walls, I guess, and then we were just supposed to like decorate it and furnish it and do everything else. And yeah, so I decided to go ahead and do that. My inspiration for this was like Japanese, like traditional appearing houses. So you can see I was kind of trying to base it off of like what more traditional style Japanese homes look like, and like it was actually quite a difficult thing to do. There are not a lot of Asian inspired windows and things. Like there's a couple, especially from City Living. Yeah, City Living. But there's not that many otherwise, so this was a bit of a challenge. I was definitely doing like a lot of comparisons, and I did cut some of it out. Oh, and I also redid the roofs. So I cut a lot of the roofing out because I did like a curved roof, but for whatever reason they were appearing on the inside when I did the upper floor, and so I ended up redoing them. So I just like cut that whole section out, so that's why you don't see me doing like the side roofs, because I'll redo them in a minute. And yeah, I also couldn't do diagonal roofs. I cut me trying to figure that out as well, because I was trying to do like a diagonal roof and it just was not working out. So one of the most important things when I was looking at homes that were Japanese was that they always had like these support beams. So I placed a whole bunch of support beams all over the place, and I figure out later, but I ended up doing like, I think it's like a roof trim or something. And so I end up using that as like support beams in the house as well. So yeah, and here you can see me re-roofing it again. I sped this up a lot because I think oh man, this was recorded over the series of maybe a week and a half of me building it every day for a very long time. So it was, I think, probably about 20 hours of filming, so I had to cut a lot out and really speed this part up. Once I think the furnishing will slow down a little bit, but yeah. Oh, so there you see my support beams coming in. So, and I also did delete the floor. She never said anything about deleting the floor. She only said that you can't delete the walls. So I deleted half of the floor on the upstairs part, just so that I would like open up the room a little bit, and it was something that I noticed a lot of older traditional like Japanese homes actually had, so yeah. Also, that little cubby hole, I really wanted to use that as like a little closet space, but it was not working out. Oh, and then another feature of like Japanese homes is they tend to have smaller kitchens because they're like older homes, right? And so I really wanted to reflect that by actually like having the kitchen really small. In fact, the whole build, even though it's a really big house, I actually tried to like make it feel like there wasn't a lot of room in the house, even though there's like a lot of hallway space and all that. That was like what I was kind of going for. So maybe in some people's opinion it might not be the best use of the space, but yeah. Sorry, that was going around a lot, but I just was trying to figure out what table I wanted. Actually, decorating the kitchen took me forever. I cut out a lot of me like just looking at things. I'm not used to really recording while I film yet, so I do probably move the camera a lot more than you're used to. Apologize for that. But yeah, so really it was just a matter of trying to find decor throughout most of this build. And of course I could never get the wood to completely match, so the color tones of the wood, some of them are not exactly the same. Some of them are a little bit more red, and some of them are a little bit more like of a dark brown, but you know. And then now I kind of do jump around a little bit, but now I'm doing like the front area, so I did still want like that closet Obviously the shoe rack, the colors were just not working for me, so I swapped it out. And then so this is like, in Japanese homes there's an entranceway, and you take your shoes off, and it's usually like a foundation dip, but I can't just do that in The Sims, at least not easily. So I just kind of pretended that that was what was happening, where I have like the darker floor there, and then you step up into the main household. So yeah, you take your shoes off and you put them, like, you take your shoes off in the darker area and then you step out onto the lighter area. And so I tried to like mimic that. I actually go back and redo a lot of the entrance area later. And I also completely forgot that I wanted to put like a wardrobe right in that entrance area, and I don't do it until the end because I totally forgot when I was working on it. I just didn't even think about it. I'm finally putting the wallpaper and stuff. Yeah, the wallpaper up and stuff as well. Yeah, we somehow ended up back in the kitchen. I like cut more out here. I just was really struggling to figure out what plants and stuff I wanted. I wanted it to feel pretty natural. Like they had stuff sitting around and out, but other stuff was maybe in the counter. And then the bedroom. So I wanted to make it look like it was in a tatami bedroom, but unfortunately there's nothing that looks like tatami mats in like The Sims. Or even like the wallpaper. I tried to use the same one as I used on the outside, which you'll see later, but I just was really struggling. Here's me struggling with the floor, and I really wanted like something tatami. I think I'd just change it to a different type of wood. Yeah. But in my head that would be like a very traditional like tatami mat bedroom, and the bed I chose would actually be like a futon on the ground rather than a bed, but we don't have that either, so that's all right. I just tried to go with a more like Asian inspired thing. Yeah. Also, I really wanted that purple flooring, so I literally just made sure that it popped, because I do end up going back and changing it to purple, the rug there. Yeah. Also, you might be like, why is that bathroom there? When I've noticed that a lot of Japanese bathrooms are really small. They're really small and the sink is separate. And I did do that for a little bit, and then I felt like it just didn't quite make enough sense even for a Japanese home, so I do end up changing it later. Yeah, this build was a lot of back and forth for me. Oh, and then I decided to add a little laundry room. Usually, I mean, sometimes they're separate. When I stayed with a friend before, her laundry room was actually in her bathroom, but she was in a quite small apartment, so I just wanted to have like a laundry room on its own over here. I was also having a lot of trouble placing items this day. I don't even know why. I was just like, I couldn't get it on the right level. It was not working out for me. And I ended up rearranging a lot of it too, because I realized that I wanted that decoration by the door. So, yeah. And I think, and I do, like I said, I jump around a lot, but part of that is because I filmed this in the morning, and then I'd stop, and then I'd come back to it after work in the evening. So sometimes I wasn't really sure what I was working on last. So sorry for jumping around like that. Here's me trying to find more tatami and stuff. I think I just went with a more traditional looking thing. It wasn't like perfect, like Japanese traditional, you know? And curtains gave me some problems as well, because I felt like the room needed some sort of curtain draw, just because it's a bedroom. But yeah. Also, the lights, I very carefully compared the lights to real Japanese lights. So I used two different types of lights, one on the main floor, and then one on the upstairs. The upstairs, you'll see later, are like these little box lights. Yeah. They're not going to be like the little size down spotlights, although I think I double them up sometimes just to make it brighter. Oh, so then now I'm doing like the main bathroom. And one of the features of Japanese homes are that they have like their own room for the bath and then a separate room for the toilet and stuff. So I did make it a separate bathroom, and basically they kind of sit on the stool and like shower off and then they take a bath. And so I tried to like put the stool there, but I didn't want to actually block the shower so that Sims could use it. So yeah, and then I did this layout is really similar to what my friend had. So it was a separate room, and then she actually, instead of having the toilet over there, she had the toilet in another room, and then this was all laundry and stuff where the toilet was. But obviously I didn't want to put laundry twice, so you know. And it's good to have 2 bathrooms in this kind of house because it's so large. You know, you don't want to have to walk downstairs just to use the bathroom if you're like sleeping in the bedroom upstairs or something. So yeah. And I think I actually do change the bathroom a little bit because when I get to the bedroom, I thought the bedroom was too small, so yeah. Oh, and also I hung some of the paintings up and I put those plants there. I think I delete those plants like maybe off camera, but I was putting them there because you could see the line of the roof for some reason. I don't know why you could see the line of the roof there, but you can't see it like in this bedroom. I don't understand. I don't know if I was doing something wrong. Maybe I was. Actually, if you know, can you tell me so that I can fix it in the future? Because it was really annoying me. I didn't know what to do. And then, yeah, I rearranged the bedroom and the bathroom there. Because I was just like, oh wow, like, I have to place the bed this way. And I didn't want to. So I made the room more square and made the bathroom look more dynamic. But I kind of like the way the bathroom looks now with the, like, extra feature. And then I kind of wanted this. Originally, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a teenager's bedroom, and then she's gonna have like she's gonna be like a streamer, and she's gonna stream. And I put like that one painting up with the piano, and I'm like, oh wait, maybe she's a musical artist. But then the pianos are all too big. Like there's no small like baby grand. Like they're all like the 4 squares, really big pianos, or the electrical one. And I didn't want the electrical one. I just wanted a piano, but like an upright piano. And there isn't one. So yeah. But in the end, I actually changed that when I realized that I forgot to put a dining room table. Because I still wanted a computer that works as a computer in the house. So I was like, oh, this is just going to be a study. So yeah. By the way, I did playtest this and everything works. I think like the meditation thing upstairs all works and everything like that. So yeah. For some reason though, Sims don't use the main bedroom door on the upstairs. They walk through the study. I don't know why that is because I didn't think there was anything in the way, but I don't know. But it's not really a big deal because they can still get to everything. It's just they walk around for some reason. But yeah. Oh, and then the chandeliers here as well. I actually went and looked at several chandeliers that were like used in Japanese homes and found one that kind of matched. So yeah. I also really liked these outdoor lights. I thought they looked really traditional and just really nice. So I'm just waiting. I can't remember when I redo the bathroom, but I know I'd redo this bathroom down here too. La la la. I don't know what to say. Oh my goodness. I've never recorded a voiceover. Oh, here it is. Here's where I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely another day for me for recording. I was like, oh, I wanted to put a wardrobe there. So I moved the toilet into its own room again, which is like, you know, just something that happens. And then I think I moved some of the plants around and put that there because I wanted to put that dining room table where that study desk was. But I clearly don't. Wait, did I move to the backyard already? Oh my goodness. Like I said, this was all over the place for me. So the backyard, I did want to do like a very, very nice Japanese garden. So I kind of was thinking like, oh, I should have like a little boardwalk and, you know, like stones everywhere. So I did like outline it with that little half fence and everything like that. And obviously Sims can walk over that, no problem. And I just wanted like a natural looking stepping stone appearance. So I took some time doing that as well. Like, I tried a couple different things. Yeah, and another like main feature of Japanese gardens is like the ponds, and I knew I wanted a pond somewhere, and I think I ended up making like most of this backyard into a pond. Um, there was a lot of trial and error for me. I don't know why, but like when I was using the fountain tool, I was just not having a good time at it. I was like double clicking, and most of this was done at like 1 a.m, so that's probably why. But yeah, so most of the backyard is like a pond fountain area. Your Sims can't swim in it because it's a fountain, not a pool, and I kind of wanted that as well. Like, I wanted to have, like, I didn't want Sims to be able to swim in it, because you shouldn't. I don't know. Also, that tree was so big, it was causing me problems, and then I remembered, oh yeah, you can size things down, so that's great. I've never really done a build this large before. I don't know if that's true, but I've never done a build this detailed that was this large anyways. And then I just wanted the textures outside to look as real as possible, so I really put effort into doing the terrain paint, which I usually don't really do at all. So it was a process. And I think I also was like, oh yeah, I'll just put a bunch of rocks here to hide the line. But then I realized that I didn't really like the look of it. It looked too natural, and I think it's supposed to look beautiful, but natural wasn't like the main focus necessarily. It was supposed to support nature but look beautiful. So I actually removed and I moved the rocks to be quite a bit more sparing than they had been. And then I think I replaced some of the spots with bushes and stuff later, as you'll see. And yeah, I thought the pond just looked too plain without the petals in it, so I put some rocks in there as well. Also, I sized that tree way down because I thought it looked perfect. It looked exactly like this one little bush that I found in a whole bunch of images, and I was like, yeah, I want that thing. So I found a tree that looked kind of like it and then just made it really small. I actually like how it looked though in the end, so that's good. And there's also like a lot of like topiary style things in Japanese gardens. So, I used a couple of like that cat one beside the bench, and then the bonsai looking tree. It's not a bonsai tree, but you know what I mean. Oh my gosh, I don't remember the name of it, but yeah. And then I just put algae everywhere to like really just make it feel like it's been there for a while and nature is there as well, and it should just be like a nice calming area to sit in. That was kind of like my goal with the whole thing. So yeah. And I really did sort of struggle with some of the placement of like the bushes, because I never usually do this much shrubbery. Like, usually it's more perfect and stuff. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting struggle for me. Otherwise, it was fine. I also really love that. I think it's a Willow Creek mailbox. Willow Creek? Is that right? No, that's the wrong game, right? Anyways, that one mailbox that I used, I really like that mailbox. It's my favorite mailbox. I wish I could always use that mailbox. It doesn't always fit builds, but it fit this one well enough, so I used it. Yeah. I was really happy that I got to use that. I know that's such a silly thing to love. Like, oh, I really like the mailbox, but I did, so, Once again, I never used this much terrain paint either, so hopefully it didn't overdo it, but I thought it made it look more natural, so I did go with it. Oh, and then for this part, I always planned on putting like some sort of shrubbery up there. I ended up using algae sized up and stuff, and just don't think about it too much. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. Algae, maybe it's meant to look like vines or something rather than algae. And I did put trim on it, so That's always good. Oh, and now here's me going and redoing the study, like I mentioned, because I needed that table. And I actually prefer how the study looks than when it was the streaming station. Although, for sure, if you do download this house and you want to have a streaming station instead, you can do that. I also ended up removing a lot of the clutter I put on that because my Sims could not use that bookshelf, so yeah, there's a little bit less clutter on it when it's in the gallery, but yeah. And I'm also really happy with the table because when I playtested this, Sims would always go and sit and eat at the table every single time I did it. So I was really happy with that because you never know. Sims sometimes randomly go and sit on a chair somewhere. Oh, and now we're into screenshots, so I will say goodbye. I hope that you liked my build, and Kayla, if you see this, thank you for your challenge. It was wonderful. You're great. And yeah, thanks, and maybe see you guys again. Bye bye.